Hey, Cooter.
Joe!
Check this out. Here's Anywhere But Here, man, on this here podcast.
Oh, I like me some podcasts, man.
What y'all talking about?
We're talking about Anywhere But Here.
What's Anywhere But Here? Anywhere But Here in Mississippi?
No, man, Anywhere But Here over in England.
Hey, we ain't in England.
I know, but that's where the England's from.
What?
Hey, Cletus, remember when we went and saw that movie about the wars in the stars and they had like lightsabers and stuff like that? Well, these people here talk about things we like.
Really?
I guarantee.
Well, hot diggity damn. What we waiting for?
Anywhere But Here podcast.
What passing bells for these who die as cattle? Only the monstrous anger of the guns. Only the stuttering rifle's rapid rattle can patter out their hasty horizons. No mockeries now for them, no prayers, no bells, nor any voice of mourning save the choirs, the shrill, demented choirs of wailing shells, and bugles calling for them from sad shires. What candles may be held to speed them all? Not in the hands of boys, but in their eyes shall shine the holy glimmer of goodbyes. The pallor of girls' brows shall be their pall, their flowers the tenderness of patient minds, and each slow dusk a drawing down of blinds.
Sean Bean there reading Wilfred Owen's Anthem for Doomed Youth as it is 11 o'clock on Remembrance Sunday.
Yeah, this worked out quite creepy, didn't it?
Yeah,
obviously 2 minute silence in a podcast isn't
it's not the done thing, is it?
So we thought we'd play a poem.
Yeah, we very nearly played the same poem that we played last year.
Yes, we did.
I am Tom.
And I'm Ant.
And this is Anywhere But Here, episode number 94.
94.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm glad I almost said 3 as well.
Nearly.
Yeah, so that is in aid of Remembrance Sunday, which is celebrated in the UK. It's not actually celebrated worldwide.
No.
Remembrance Sunday is the day we go around wearing poppies.
Indeed.
Which is inspired by the poem we had last year.
Yes.
Which is the
Flanders
Fields.
Yeah.
So it's to honour those servicemen and women in military.
It's not just
lost in the war,
not just for the Great War either, but for all wars, essentially.
Yes, it's the second Sunday of November, the Sunday closest to Armistice Day.
Yeah, that's right, which is the 11th of the 11th.
Yes,
at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. So there we go, and we didn't want to spend too long on it because
it's a little bit sad, you know, and we don't want to start low. I mean, we've started on low energy, which normally doesn't set us up for a very good show.
It's going to be strange after the theme having that poem.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
You know, we wanted to. We don't want to dwell on it, but we want to honour those people,
all service women and men who have fought and died
in wars for us. Yeah, so we can have podcasts that go out free on a Sunday.
Yes. Yeah.
You can find us at abhpod.com, which is our website, and in the top right hand corner, if you want to support us, there's an Amazon banner. Give that a click. Do your Christmas shopping, buy your loved ones some bits and pieces.
It's coming up to that time of year.
We get a nice kickback. I took it this week. I took that. That's your bit.
Yeah, I know.
About the Amazon banner.
This is weird. You can also I don't know where to go.
What else is on our homepage? What else is on our homepage where people can support us? Tom?
Yeah, no, I know. The other thing that you can do to support us, we've got some t-shirt design. Well, we've got a t-shirt design in 2 colours at Fabrily.com. But the link to it is also on abhpod.com. We need to sell 2 more because Stephen, I believe, from History of Misunderstanding this morning bought one. So that's taken us to 8. We need to sell 2 more.
So make sure that everyone gets their t-shirt.
Yeah, because if we don't sell 10 by the end of next week, so by Monday, we'll really be hammering you next week.
Yeah.
If we don't sell 2 more, no one gets their t-shirts.
No,
and that would be very sad.
You all lose out.
Yeah.
There is a promise of another one being sold, so it might just be one. But we can't guarantee that one, so we need 2 of you out there. You don't even need to stick your hands in your pockets just yet, not until Monday.
Exactly.
If it sells, the money won't leave your account until Monday.
Yeah.
And, you know, It's been 2 weeks since payday, so it's not like you ain't got the money.
There you go.
End of
You
the
see,
month last-
you got no excuse.
You've got no excuse not to put money in our pockets.
Even I have another payday before then because I get paid on the 18th.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, there you go then. So, people,
Come on,
please.
support.
Also, on the web page, our website, on the right hand side, when you're in the podcast, when you click podcast and you click which podcast you want,
Shows.
in the right hand side, shows. That's it. In the right hand side, there are links to all like Stitcher and iTunes,
Yes.
where you can go and subscribe to the podcast, and it gets delivered automatically
It does.
to you.
It does,
and
like
works.
magic.
It definitely works.
It does all the time.
Yeah.
You can also find us at ABH Pod on Twitter, where you can come and interact with us. We've had some interactions this week,
Bit on
some that we
later.
might get onto later on.
In also facebook.com/ABH Pod, you can interact with us. Slightly longer form than Twitter,
Yeah.
but not quite as long as the third way to contact us.
Which is abhpod@gmail.com, where
Yeah.
you can get in touch with us anonymously if you wish. Send us, reams and reams and reams of stuff. Who
Yeah.
knows? Talk about whatever you want. Give us your life story.
Yeah,
We don't mind. We'll read it.
yeah. Why not? Even if it's not funny, we'll read it. Let's be honest with you.
Yeah. We need content, people.
Yeah. Also, and in video form, you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/ABH podcast. And you can also subscribe to our channel over there. But on there, importantly, as is important on iTunes and Stitcher, give us likes, thumbs up,
Reviews
plus ones,
and
ratings, comments.
Yeah.
All the different things
Just-
you can do to interact.
Yeah.
In
As
those
much
places we
interaction
host
as
our
possible. It all helps.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can also vote for us on podcastland.com.
I don't check that anymore,
No, do
but you
I.
can do it. You can do it if you want.
It's kind of important, maybe. I
And
don't
also,
know.
if we remember on Reddit, r/podcast, I sometimes put our post in the daily episode post.
Okay.
So if you just check in there in the daily episode post, if it's in there, give it an upvote, which puts it towards the top of the thread.
Yeah, because Reddit is a place that is good for podcasters to be, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
So
very
I've
good.
heard.
There's a lot of help and constructive criticism, which is important over there.
Yes.
It is interesting. I should visit that more often.
So do we want to stick on a war theme?
Yeah, you said you
Yeah.
had something about.
I've got a story of ridiculousness from the First World War, actually. It's a Scottish soldier called Robert Colley. He survived after being shot in the stomach and being left for dead. He survived the Battle of the Somme. He fought at Ypres and was shot in the stomach at Passchendaele. He was suspected dead after being shot in the stomach and was thrown onto a heap of corpses.
Nice.
But incredibly, he was still alive and was only saved after a passing Indian medic noticed him moving. He not only recovered from the wounds, but he also returned to fight, serving in India after World War One.
Wow.
And like a phoenix from the flames, he excelled, rising through the ranks from private to major.
What?
Now this is a tough bastard. And he was obviously, decorated with many medals. His son, also called Robert, who is he's now 76, but at the time this story is actually from last year.
Right.
But I just thought this guy deserves a mention.
Yeah, that's
for fighting
insane.
in 3 of the biggest conflicts in World War One.
Yeah.
Being shot, left for dead, coming back from the dead, and rising to major in the Indian Wars.
I was going to say, so even back then, Indian doctors were like just much better than any other doctor.
Yeah,
Like,
they noticed
no
that
offense
man
to any
wasn't
other doctors,
dead.
but this was an Indian medic who went, "Oh, he's not actually dead."
Yeah.
Saved him. Now this would have been when we had colonized.
That's
India,
right.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was still when obviously
Which is
they
why
were
he would
working.
be fighting for.
Exactly.
He was an. Did you say he was an English soldier?
He is. Well, he's Scottish.
Scottish,
This
not
guy.
British.
Yeah.
Then, sorry.
Yeah.
Still.
Apparently, his father never really spoke about the war while he was alive, and the son managed to get a few things out of him before, but the rest I had to find out on the internet. Apparently, his dad fought at the Somme, where the Allies lost 57,000 men on the first day.
Wow.
He fought at Ypres and was badly wounded at Passchendaele. His colleagues thought he was dead, and he was thrown on a load of dead bodies. An Indian doctor then saw him twitch and pulled him off and treated him and saved his life. Within a year, he was back fighting again. The soldier carried on suffering even after the war. Even once the war was over, The heartbreak did not end for Mr. Colley, as his wife Ida became ill with tuberculosis in 1933 and also died. My father met and married my mother, Kathleen, while she worked as a children's nurse in Calcutta in 1937, and I was born a year later. As you can imagine, Mr. Colley earned a remarkable medal collection, which includes the MBE, 1914 Star, 1914-18 War Medal, the Victory Medal, the 1939-45 Star, so that means he was involved in World War II as well, the Burma Star, World War II War Medal, 1939-45 India Medal, 1935 and 37 commemorative medals, George IV and Queen Elizabeth Coronation Medal, George V Long Service Medal, and the George V Meritorious Service Medal. It's quite a lot of medals.
You can't really accuse him of being an overachiever, though, can you? It was kind of military. You kind of had to do a lot of it.
But he also wasn't a slacker.
No, not at all.
The war hero was also a talented boxer, and the collection includes white medal box with the inscription "Presented to Lieutenant R. Colley, MBE." So he was an MBE as well.
Yeah, yes.
ICC for services rendered to army boxing, 1936-38.
That sounds like a made-up medal, to be fair.
Yeah,
services to army boxing. It's not like you go out on the field and box your sort of German.
I wonder
foes,
whether they still have army boxing medals.
I know they still have the boxing.
Yeah.
It's not the back of the fist boxing like it used to be.
The Queensberry rules.
Yeah, it's not that sort of boxing anymore. But
the reason that I bring this story up though is because it's got that anywhere but here tinge to it.
Yeah.
Because his son Robert is set to sell the medals.
What the fuck?
Because apparently his children don't want them.
Oh.
Now his son,
so happy.
I know.
Like,
I'm sorry to do this.
So happy and inspiring.
Yeah.
His son's selling them. Now, his son,
because his children don't want them.
But who's in the wrong there?
Well, this is it. Why would you want to sell them? I inherited the medals from him. My two children don't really want them, and I thought I would look to give them a new home now, a good home now. Apparently the medals are being sold by Eastbourne Auctions, are expected to sell for around £1,200.
That's it?
Yeah.
For that?
£1,200 for what? 3 decades worth of medals?
But for that, you wouldn't... If it was me and the auctioneer valued them and said, oh, you know, £1,200, I wouldn't fucking do that in the first place anyway. I would go for the second option. Donate them to a war museum where they can be appreciated and looked after.
By people who are bothered.
That's not saying that a war museum won't buy them.
No.
But donate them.
But yeah.
It's just, with that story, it's a fantastic story. Oh, what a fucking cock.
I thought that might get your ire up.
He's in the wrong for selling them. He should just donate them. His children are in the wrong for being fucking ignorant bastards.
Yes. Yeah, I think...
That's just not on.
I mean, obviously, he has no one to... I couldn't find anywhere on the internet to see whether he did actually get round to selling them.
Well, I don't know if I want to know.
No. Just the fact that he was going to. I mean, from his point of view, you can kind of see, like, there's no one else to take them off him.
So I'll try and get some money from it. That's my problem.
Yeah, no, that's it,
he's trying
isn't
to get a bit of money out of it.
Like you say, the right thing to do, if his children are fucking pig ignorant enough not to want these medals for their grandfather, who was quite clearly
a hero,
courageous and a war hero, why then that he should have got rid of them, like you say, to a war museum, or you know.
If it was just, if there wasn't that story attached to it, you can kind of see, just sell them to a collector.
Yeah, if it was...
But this is a soldier, I would say he's a famous soldier. There's an interesting story surrounding him. Just sell them. Just donate the medals, sorry.
Just,
a bit wrong then. Just donate the medals. That's a fascinating story.
It's shocking, is what I thought.
It's not
it was.
on. It is not on.
Yeah. So we've got that anywhere. I thought I'd bring that anywhere, but here sensibility to the Great War today.
Yeah. Shall we speak of a personal war?
Yeah, why not?
That was kind of. Well, let's tell the story. So, I was on Twitter. Which day was this?
Oh,
3 days ago.
Yeah,
Thursday. I was on Twitter Thursday.
Now,
and I saw Robbie retweeted this. It was a really cool picture. It was Batman in his Batmobile, and there was the bat symbol in the sky, and it had the notification, the red dot said 17 next to it. And we had a story about Tom not liking technology.
Yeah.
And hating the fact there's this instant thing you've got to instantly respond to it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, Batman feels your pain. Retweeted it with a quote. Batman feels your pain, Tom. Because it was cool. And this Steph V. Anderson.
Yeah.
Steph Valander on Twitter. I don't know. I know her from somewhere. I've seen her before. I've seen her YouTube channel before.
Mm.
And she just tweeted back, go away.
Yeah.
That's a bit strange. So I tweeted back saying, hey? What was that all about? And then I went and looked at her Twitter feed and saw that she was quite angry. Now, it's hard to tell from a picture how old she is. But I looked at her Twitter feed and I was like, oh, that's one of those teenagers who just moans about everything. She's not a teenager.
Is she not?
No.
Oh.
No, she's not a teenager.
I get the impression she's trying to be a comedian.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It's
particular
a character.
Brand of comedy is to be pissed off at things.
It's a character, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know about
controversy.
That. But anyway, so I tweeted and then I looked at her Twitter feed and I was like, oh, right, okay. And then I thought, it'd be funny, so I just tweeted back, never mind, just looked at your Twitter feed. Aren't you a ray of sunshine? And she said, subtweet someone else, you fucking idiot. Like you fucking care anyway. She's a miserable twat. Don't bother. And I was just like, where the fuck did that come from?
And where's she quoting, she's a miserable twat, don't bother?
Yeah, but she's sort of saying that's what we say. She's a miserable twat, don't bother.
Yeah.
So then I looked at her Twitter profile and she said she's she's an artist or something.
Yeah.
So I tweeted her back, saying, wow, what kind of artist or something doesn't like appreciation or recognition? Which I think is fine.
Yeah.
And then she'd slept with me and chucked me a £5 note for a taxi in the morning. She went, I like you now. It was like I was so worked up. I was so angry and I was ready to fight. And she was like, I like you now. She's just like taking it away.
It was odd. It was very strange. I saw it happening. Like I saw the very end of it.
Yeah.
Right afterwards, and I thought, what the fuck was that? Like, it was like a drive-by argument.
It did feel like I'd been used. I genuinely did. I even said that to her and she said, good. I was like, okay. But yeah, it's like she said, I like you now. She followed us. She retweeted our last 5 tweets.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you're pissed off that I subtweeted you and now you're flooding our Twitter feed with retweeted. So it obviously doesn't bother you that much.
Yeah.
It was just so weird.
I didn't get it at all.
It was just, she had taken me to this point where I was ready for an argument and then she was like, no, that's it, done.
Done. I like you now. And then she followed us.
Yeah, it was genuinely, that's the only thing I could equate it to is like what it must feel like to wake up in someone else's bed and they just chuck your money for a taxi and walk off. It's just a bit horrible, a bit odd.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to feel about it. And I was just like so worked up and like felt sort of anxious after that. Like I was kind of shaky and like I was filled with adrenaline.
You got there, did you?
I was really angry.
Okay.
I was really pissed off and ready for a fight and then filled with adrenaline and then nothing. It just took it away.
Yeah. It was strange to have witnessed.
Yeah. I sent you a text and went, I don't know what that was about. No. And then you were just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was odd. So,
but hey, if you're a new listener, welcome.
Yeah, hi Stephanie.
You gave us some content. That was just a bit odd. I didn't know how to feel about it. Has she got a link to History of Misunderstanding?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Do they mention someone called Steph occasionally?
The dog seems to think so.
Yeah, the dog agrees.
I don't know. There is someone that they have clips of occasionally, and I wonder whether it is her.
No, that's Jen August.
Oh yeah.
I looked at that this morning.
Oh really? Oh right.
I saw that this morning.
I don't know. Stephen Smokey, get in contact with us.
Yeah, who is? Do you know Steph? I know Robbie retweeted her.
Right.
So Robbie might know who she is. And is that just a character? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, that was.
I didn't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, that was the strangest one since our drive-by trolling
On
a
YouTube.
year or so ago.
The one on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't often get trolls.
No. I don't know if is she a troll?
Not really. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, she's got her 5 minutes of airtime.
Yeah, well done.
Oh dear!
I don't know. It's just
as
odd.
well as it being the 100th centenary, the start of the First World War this year. There's another the 100th centenary. No,
No,
the
it's not 100.
centenary.
What's that? 100,000? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's not do maths.
The 100th anniversary
Yeah,
of
the
beginning
centenary of the
First World War. Yeah.
You can use them singularly.
Yeah, I can't do it both. It's also 25 years since the Berlin
75.
Wall. 75?
Was it 25?
No,
I thought it was
1989.
Oh,
It's
25.
not 75 years ago. We were alive.
I saw a 2 as a 7 earlier. It was 75 or something then. Honest.
Something else.
25 years since.
Yeah, 25 years.
Yeah, well done.
Since David Hasselhoff took to the Berlin Wall, sung a song about freedom, and then crushed the Soviet rule of Germany. And tore apart the Iron Curtain single-handedly. So that's a thing.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I've never seen it. I don't know if I want to see it.
Have you not?
I've heard
it's great.
that's the wall divided east and west.
Yeah, I mean, I think it had more to do with John F. Kennedy and Ronald Reagan more than the Hoff. But
did he turn up in kit? Sorry.
He was in a leather jacket. I don't know where the kit was.
Yeah,
there.
but that was the 80s.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
He was always in a leather jacket. In
Everyone
the 80s.
was always in a leather jacket or a bomber jacket. No,
There are in the article that I've got here, there are no pictures of David Hasselhoff.
No?
So the Metro don't think they had a lot to do with it.
That's.
I mean, it eventually
bad journalism.
came down and was completely demolished in 1992, so 3 years later. But yeah, so that's another, conflict that was resolved.
Yeah, I think we were
on
too
the
young
9th,
to really
on the
appreciate
9th
it,
on the 9th of November as well. So it's
today,
25
the
years
Sunday.
to the day that the Berlin Wall was breached.
which was a good thing.
It was. Yes.
A very good thing. Again, like you say, it was 89. Didn't have much of an impact on us. It was sort of this is what we learned in history at school.
Yeah, but that was something that had been put there at the end of the Second World War, effectively. So it had been a big divide down the middle of Germany. One side being Soviet-led and very poor, and West Germany being kind of more free, if you like.
Yeah, but was it?
But it is certainly, and it split families down the middle, and no one had seen each other for decades. And
there was no travelling between the two.
No, you weren't allowed to cross. In fact, 100 people were killed in the history of the war. Trying to go across, go over the wall. 5,000 people attempted to escape.
Yeah.
But 100 or so were killed.
Trying to escape.
That was in 1961.
Mad.
So
the world is actually fucked up, isn't it? It's still
war
like,
is a terrible thing.
Let's say you haven't got anything like that anymore. You have in places. There are just terrible things happening, but nothing quite as. That's mad.
You won't see another war like the first and second, though.
No.
Because of drone warfare and the fact that it's not armies anymore. It's militia and guerrilla fighting.
I think the only thing that's like that anymore, like with the dividing east and west, is Korea, isn't it? The north and south.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you're right. But
one being free and one of the biggest technologically advanced places in the world. The other one being North Korea.
Yeah.
Prison
virtually
camps
the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, except one city. Which still has sort of like curfews on electricity and stuff. Like most.
Oh, he came out of hiding the other week as well.
Operation, didn't he?
People thought that he might have died or something. Yeah.
He was too fat, so he had to have operation on his ankle.
Yeah, I heard that there was something to do with one of his organs as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But again, that was all down to do with diet and his weight and stuff.
But you can never know.
No.
What the truth is.
You have no idea.
With him.
No. It's like the Castros in Cuba, isn't it? Like when Fidel Castro was basically dying, they still tried to
make out that he wasn't.
Yeah. And you don't hear much of Raul Castro anymore. His brother who took over. I think it's his brother. It wasn't his son, I don't think.
No,
but he was supposed to be much more kind of hardline than Fidel Castro, but you don't really hear very much about him. I don't know why. Communist countries are weird.
Yeah. Infinitely interesting.
Yeah,
But
because of
weird.
the crackpots that dictate over them.
Yeah.
But yeah, strange. But we're not going to talk too much more about war now. We've done proper war and we've done our little personal wars.
We've done our personal war. I mean, I suppose we could relate this to like the aftermath of a war. There's this Chinese woman. This is something Robbie sent us a couple of weeks ago. A Chinese woman, 26 years old. She was dumped by her boyfriend and spent an entire week in KFC.
Okay.
I don't understand this. Like, this was weird. So, depressed Tan Shen, 26, from Chengdu in China, southwest Sichuan province, decided she... Why do I always go for stories
I don't know.
Countries
I'm not sure.
I don't want to attempt.
I actually thought that I might ban you from sight reading.
Yeah.
From now on.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I think you need to do research before you do sight reading.
I have read this. I know what happens. Decided she needed some fried comfort food to get over her ex. Fuck you. So yeah, she did spend. Like, I thought to spend the entire week in KFC. Like, I had these feelings like maybe she went home and then came back the next day, but it wasn't. This was a 24-hour KFC.
Oh.
So she spent a whole week in KFC.
Now, I like KFC and it gets me over some hangovers.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
no.
She decided after being dumped that she needed some fried comfort food to get over her ex.
Fair enough.
Which, fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, go in, get a meal, take it home.
Yeah.
Maybe binge watch TV.
Yeah.
Get in takeaways and stuff like that. But she stopped off at a KFC near a train station. This is obviously on her way home. But ended up staying for a whole week because she needed time to think.
Oh my God.
She even phoned in sick to work saying, from the KFC, hang on, sight reading. Tan even phoned in sick to work to stay at the KFC with her breakup clearly hitting her very hard. She said, I was walking around feeling miserable and decided to stop off at KFC. So we've established she's at KFC in this article. After 3 sentences saying that she's at KFC, we've established she went to KFC to think, and she spent a week there apparently. She hadn't planned on staying there long, but she just wanted some chicken wings. But once I got there, I started eating and decided I needed time to think.
Oh my word.
I didn't want to go back to my apartment because it was full of memories of him. Fair enough.
Yes.
I don't want to go back, it's full of memories.
Yeah.
So she stayed.
In KFC.
After a few days, employees at the chicken shop began to get concerned. A few days! After a few days, they decided to get concerned.
I think a few hours normally.
Yeah, worker, someone who works there,
that's the way.
said, we work in shifts here and the restaurant is open 24 hours, so we get a lot of people coming through. So, you know.
So they don't keep their eye on everyone.
Yeah. At first, no one really noticed her, but after a few days, I began to think she looked really familiar. Then I realised we'd been serving her for the last 3 days and she hadn't actually left. I love this picture, though. They've gone, this picture on the website, they've gone outside the KFC, taken a picture of her through a crowded restaurant, like between people. So all you see is her sat there on her own.
In a really busy restaurant.
When we asked if she was okay, guess what she said?
Did she need time to think?
Yeah, she needed time to think. And then asked for another box of chicken wings with extra large fries. He said the woman wasn't doing anyone any harm, so they let her stay. No one but herself.
Yeah.
Plus she spent...
Yeah.
After all, she is a paying customer.
Can't get rid
even
of
if a bit of an odd one.
Yeah.
After a week, she decided she had enough when local media turned up and decided to write about her. I decided the best thing to do would to leave the city and go back to my parents. Do that in the first place.
If you don't want to go back to your apartment, go to your parents' house.
Yeah.
They will accept you, even if they are Chinese and, you know, it's probably a grave insult or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible.
It's
after
racist,
a week,
right?
after I was getting sick of the taste of chicken. After all, I was getting sick of the taste of chicken, so there was no point in staying there anymore. What the crazy. And one of the waitresses, I guess we kind of miss her. It certainly made work more interesting. If she's there long enough, and you've noticed that she's there long enough to find it interesting, make her leave. Get her some help.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not doing herself any favours.
After which she can't shower. Or there's 24 hours. No, it's not a service. It's a train station, so there might be a shower rooms.
Yeah, maybe she would.
But it's in China, so would they do that?
I don't know.
There's bathrooms, which is fine.
Yeah.
She's not getting a change of clothes anywhere.
No.
And all she's eating fried food.
Yeah, and you know what that does to your insides.
Stink to high heaven. Fucking crazy story, though.
That's
brilliant.
Yeah.
Chinese. It's got to be in it.
I mean, there's not many other places in the world. The only other place that you could say that you could stay in a fast food restaurant for an entire week would probably be the US.
Yeah.
It's the kind of story you might read about in the US somewhere.
Definitely true, yeah. I mean, I'm going to say about it being Chinese, it has to be. It's like that. Was it last year or earlier this year, that guy who was having a fight with his girlfriend in the shopping mall?
Oh, and jumped over
and killed himself.
Yeah.
Because she was buying too many shoes?
Yeah, she was like, it was Christmas shopping. It was around this time last year.
Yes.
And she wanted to go in yet another shop, and they'd been out for like 7 hours, and he was just at the end of his tether, quite literally. So jumped over.
Unfortunately, he wasn't tethered.
No.
I think it's probably...
Yeah,
his
jumped,
snapped
what was it, 3 or 4 stories down?
Oh, I don't know. Far enough to kill himself.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, lunatic.
That's amazing, that story, though.
Talking about more idiots, a man robbed a jeweller's in May of this year. It's just gone through the courts now. He got away with £18,000 worth of loot. Is what the Metro are saying on May the 18th.
He must have had it in a bag over his back. Oh no, it's swag, isn't it?
It says swag, or there'll be like a dollar sign on the outside of it. His name's Jermaine Ibrahim Fafana. He's 27 years old, and he robbed a jeweller's, Ernst Jones. I don't know what it is.
Ernst and Jones, I think it is.
In Kingston, in London.
No, that's Ernest Jones. What am I talking about?
Oh, yeah.
It is Ernest Jones.
Oh, it is, yeah.
I'm going to ban you from sight reading, Tom.
No, I'm sight reading, but I thought the shop was Ernest and Jones.
No, I don't know. It does look like there's a little symbol, doesn't it? But I don't know if that's the established and then the date underneath.
Maybe. I
think it's Ernest Jones.
Yeah. All right.
Either way.
Anyway.
That's not important.
But unfortunately for him, he dropped a bag containing his mobile, which lit up with a picture of his face as the screensaver when he received a text message. Fafana was jailed for 5.5 years for a London-wide crime spree, which has netted him £250,000.
And 5 years in jail.
Yes. Detective Sergeant Damien Cumming said, in his hurry to get out of the shop, the suspect left his mobile phone on the table alongside his bag. While police were on the scene, the phone lit up, having received a text message, and a picture of the suspect was saved as the background. It was the shop assistant who served him who was able to identify the person in the picture. Police used the information to convict Fafana for a string of offences across London. He pleaded guilty to 9 counts of theft and asked for 26 similar theft offences to be taken into consideration, as well as 6 burglaries. Despite having looted an estimated £237,000, Fafana only had £250 and a fake Amiga watch at the time of his arrest.
Fucking idiot.
Yep.
Well worth it then.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He asked for 26.
Yeah.
I suppose if you bundle them all into one, you get a lighter sentence.
Yeah. Because
you don't want to get arrested for that
and then
go
get found out for some more.
Yeah, because you can't go have retrials, can you? No retrials.
No. Yeah. Well done. Now.
Idiot.
Yeah.
For dropping his phone. Secondly, why the fuck has he got a picture of himself as the screensaver?
Well, he must be just vain, I guess.
Granted, on my phone there is a picture of me as a screensaver, but it's me with Chloe and Liz.
Yeah.
It's a family picture.
It's a family portrait.
Not a picture of myself.
Well, he looks very happy with himself in that picture. He's got a big smile on his face. He's got his Dre Beats headphones on. I'm wondering whether the police waited for the text message to come through or whether they just turned the phone on.
Yeah, why would you wait?
They probably weren't allowed to have touched the phone, but I bet they did.
What an idiot.
But yeah, twat. It makes me think, like, I want to find more stupid robber stories, because I know there are quite a few out there.
I have a stupid arrest story.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me being stupid during the panic. It was back in the day. I was in a car park of a park, because you needed a little bit of light.
Yeah.
You know, to roll cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was sitting there rolling, and then there's a car coming in the car park. We get up and like, oh shit, it's a police car! Quick, pack everything up, hide everything. And the police come over and kind of say, you do realise you're sitting under a CCTV camera. Like, nope, there's a CCTV camera. Mistake number one. Mistake number two was me forgetting that after I'd rolled the cigarette, I put part of the
contents of
the cigarette in the lighter pocket of my jeans.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
I forgot I put it. I'd finished rolling the cigarette.
Yeah. Did you smoke the cigarette and that's why you forgot?
No, we hadn't even smoked it. Hadn't even smoked the cigarette yet.
Oh.
So we put it in my pocket, and they found it, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it was like, number one, we were under a CCTV camera. Number two, I had incriminating evidence in my pocket.
Oh.
Which I forgot I put in my pocket. I thought somebody else had it and threw it away.
Oops.
Yeah. So I was an idiot.
Oh.
How well? Minor offence.
Yeah.
That was fucking stupid. Yeah, if anyone else has got any ridiculously stupid mistakes they've made in their life, email us. Anything involving the police or no?
I've had a couple of brushes with the police in the past.
Yeah.
For being a bit of an idiot. One being that I was on my way home one night in the car, and I was driving through the centre of town. There's lots of traffic lights.
Oh, yeah.
I had a takeaway pizza in the car with me, and I got to a set of traffic lights. They just went red, and I was like, "Nah, fuck it, I'm going for it." And the instant I went through the red lights, some blue lights came on in my wing mirror, in my rearview mirror, and I thought, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
All because I wanted to have my pizza warm.
Yeah.
And then I was held up for 5 to 10 minutes while they kind of questioned me. And they were like, I see you got a pizza there. I was like, that's not the reason that I...
Yes. Yeah. Do you want the slice?
What I did was my default setting when dealing with anyone in authority, especially with the power to arrest me or hand me points on my license, is to basically act very scared and middle class.
Yeah.
I find that works quite well half the time.
I do that because I genuinely am scared.
Yes, me too.
One of the funny things with my arrest, though, is because I had to go to the station for questioning fingerprints interview because I needed to find out where Like part of the interview, I was like, I'm just glad you found me now because that was a huge lump when I first brought it. So they can't do you because they didn't find it on you.
No, exactly.
But I was just like, it was just one of those stupid things that came to mind. It was like, foot in mouth, just say it.
I might as well dig my hole deeper.
And where did you buy it from? Oh, someone I know got it. Someone I went to college with went and got it from this flat. It's a well-known sort of dealer. I didn't know the number of the flat because he said, wait outside, I'll go and get it for you. So I didn't know where it was. And they went, and what's this person's name? I was like, John. It was like, John, what was that? I honestly don't know.
The dealer.
At school, at college, he is known as Just John. That's his nickname.
Just John, I remember Just John.
And he is Just John.
Yeah.
So what's his surname? Like, John.
His first name is Just.
Yeah. It was genuinely, that was the situation. I really wish I could help you. And then like the sergeant, she came in like when they were waiting, and she came in and was like, do you smoke? Yes.
Clearly.
Do you want to come out for a cigarette? No, I'm alright, I'll wait here, please.
Yeah.
Do you want a cup of tea or anything? No, fine.
No, I'm okay, thank you.
They were really nice. The arresting officer was really nice. He was like, I hope I don't have to see you again. I was like, me too? Because I now have a caution on my record. I really don't want to get arrested.
I'll be less
again.
Conspicuous next time.
I might stay at home.
In my back garden.
But it's just, they were really nice. It was quite, apart from being scared, it was quite a pleasant experience. Nice chat. Quite comfy in the back of the car because they didn't put cuffs on me.
Oh, very nice.
It was It was nothing. Genius. There was something else that occurred to me as we were talking. Yeah, I've probably forgotten. Oh, talking of like you're saying traffic offences.
Yeah.
Now, everyone hates traffic wardens or civil enforcement officers, as they're now known.
Yes.
Everyone hates them, but you like me, you understand they're doing a job.
Of course, yeah.
I remember a couple of weeks ago, it was when I was on late. No, it was a couple of weeks ago. Last time I was on late. I woke up, there's someone knocking on my door. I opened the door and I go, "Oh, is that your car over the road? It's just about to get booked." Cheers, mate. Got all my shoes and stuff on and went out. And then I went out to find this guy that told me he was filming the traffic warden and was like, "Why are you putting a ticket on his car?" I was like, "Leave him alone, mate. It's fine."
Right.
So I've done something.
Yeah, I see
appreciate
those people all the
that
time.
you have got me up to sort the car out, but I don't like that you're doing that to somebody.
Yeah, don't antagonise the situation.
He's like, "So why are you doing it?" "Oh, because he's parked on the yellow line." "And why is that a problem with any emergency vehicles?" "But what about late at night when they can park there? What about the emergency vehicles then?" He's like, "It's fine, just leave him. I've done something wrong."
The law is what it is. Leave it alone.
I got in my car, I moved it, and as I was coming back down the road, the guy's like, "I can't believe he stuck up for him." I was like, "I didn't stick up for him." I said, "He's doing his job."
Yeah.
That's his
There's
job.
a
He
difference.
doesn't write the laws.
No.
He just has to enforce
uphold
them.
them.
He's an enforcer.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to understand the laws. I'm on a yellow line at a certain time of day that I'm not supposed to be. That is the law. I am in the wrong. He's not in the wrong. And the guy's like, "I haven't paid any parking tickets." I was like, "Well, you're a fucking arsehole.
You're a twat then, aren't you? I know someone who never used to pay his bloody parking fines as well. And it's like, well, stop parking on double yellow lines then, you
That's
twat.
It. And I was talking to my friend at work, and this is what brought it up. My friend at work was talking to me about this, about police officers being wrong about something. And he said he was watching a program. He watches YouTube videos of people filming them.
Oh, right.
So that's so fucking wrong. Apparently they're allowed to do it. You're allowed to film them because they're civil servants.
Yeah.
There's no invasion of privacy as far as
No, that's right, yeah.
And he was saying about it, I was like, I just don't like self-righteous people who think they're above the law. If you've done nothing wrong, you don't have to worry about the police talking to you. If they pull you over, just talk to them, tell the truth, go on your way.
Yeah.
Don't antagonise, and you can get arrested for being abusive to a police officer.
That's why I act scared and middle class around police officers, because generally speaking, if you don't mouth off at them, they're not going to cuff you.
He brought up a good point as well. There was one video he was watching, which is actually from the police officer's point of view. It was like from an in-car camera, one of the shows. Anyway, and they went past a guy who was leaning on his hand when he was driving. They were like, "Oh, he's on his phone." It looked like he was on his phone. So they went up, turned around, came back. As they were following him, "Oh no, he's just resting on his hand." "Oh, but look, his number plate's illegal on the back." So they pulled him over, and he's like, "Oh," and the guy was like, they said, "Oh, why have you pulled me over?" "Oh, because your number plate's illegal on the back." He said, "Yeah, but my one on the front, which is the one that you need, the one on the back isn't."
Oh, really?
Illegal.
Is that right?
Is the one on the back's not legal, or the one that's on the front that's not legal? I think you've got to have one that's readable.
I wasn't aware of that.
I'm sure it's. Don't quote me. I'm not I'm not that up on the law of number plates. So yeah. Anyway, and the guy's like, "Yeah, but the one on the front's alright." And they're like, "No, that one's wrong as well." And he's like, "Well, how do you know you were behind me?" "Oh, because we were coming up." "So why did you stop me?" "Is it because I'm black?" And it's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
Yeah.
Whereas if the police officer said, "No, we followed you because we thought you were on your phone and then we spotted your number plate," they would have been fine. But they had to lie and say the front one's out as well.
Yeah.
It's like they kind of stuff themselves up there. They've got no leg to stand on.
That's the problem, isn't it? And I think I've told stories about going out with a bunch of police people in the past.
Yeah.
And some of them aren't fit to wear the uniform.
No, some of them are doing it because they want to pull people over and shout at people.
Yeah.
Some of them are doing it because they actually care about the law.
Yeah.
But especially with that parking thing, I've got a friend who's a parking.
We used to have a friend who was a parking warden.
Actually, yes.
And he was the reason that they now have to take pictures of cars. Yeah, because he would go home and write out tickets to random number plates.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What an arse.
Yeah.
That's not on.
To get his quota.
Yeah, that's wrong that they have quotas.
Yeah, I think it's terrible that they've got quotas.
Yeah, that's totally wrong.
Then you have to hit a certain amount of people.
But then again, that's not the enforcers' problem. That's not their fault that they've got quotas. It's people higher up, people who make the laws as well. But yeah, so...
Yeah, I've never had a go at a parking warden before. No. There was only one time that I really had a brush with one of them as well, really. And I was going down to the Rochester post office to pick something up, and there is a car park right next to it, but it's private. And the phone's going in the background. The dog's gone mad. Sorry about this, guys.
Is fine. Should we put a marker in this and wait for it to stop?
Shall we?
And we're back.
Yeah.
So
there's a car park next to the post office in Rochester, but it's private.
Yeah.
So I parked the car outside the car park. It's not a commonly used road. It kind of goes from the main road behind the post office through to the high street of Rochester, which is a kind of pedestrianised zone anyway. So not many cars use it. So I wasn't in the way of anyone. Was parked half on the curb, half off. I kind of ran in. Luckily, there wasn't a queue. Yeah. I came back out, and there was a guy standing, like, coming down the road. He got his pad out, and I was like, "Fuck this!"
He was timing
Chucked my thing
away.
in the seat, and then drove away. But that's the closest I've come.
Yeah.
I have had a ticket in Sainsbury's car park in Maidstone because I forgot again, like when I parked outside your house, that it was Saturday and not Sunday.
Yeah. My road's
silly.
a bitch for that. Yeah. The only issue I've ever had was a ticket that I could have contested it. It was when I just got my new car, and my parking permit had slipped down the front, so it wasn't clearly visible.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So you could see it.
Yeah.
You could see it, and you could see the coloured tab on the corner, which is the important part to tell them which date it is. You could see that, but it had slipped, so it wasn't clearly displayed. Now on the back, it does say the ticket has to be clearly displayed.
Yeah, because that's
it's just
what they get,
And I got a ticket for that, and I was like, for fuck's sake, you could see it, but you couldn't see the whole of it. You could see the resident, like the zone that it was.
And if it's the right colour, then surely...
It's in date. Yeah. You can see the zone number. But
how annoying.
That's why when me and Liz are looking for houses and things, we're always looking for off-road parking.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good idea. I mean, it's not worth the hassle, is it?
Regional parking stories from the UK.
I don't know. Speaking of regional stories, there was something on the South East News today that a caravan had caught fire somewhere in Maidstone.
Oh, really?
But I looked on all the websites in Kent and also the fire service website. No one knows how it started. No. It took 2 fire engines to put out. I was like, that's going to be exciting, and then it wasn't.
No, I hate stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like the other week, there was that, we spoke about it, about the plane being, the unidentified plane being pulled up by the RAF.
Yeah.
Didn't ever find out what that was.
Nope.
There was the unexploded hand grenade.
Mm-hmm.
It was in not my road, the road next to mine.
Oh, really?
Recently, somebody had it.
Or?
Yeah. Huh. The last couple of weeks, there was an unexploded grenade, a smoke grenade, in somebody's house in their conservatory. It was there from the guy who lived there before.
Okay.
I think it was his. So the woman had it, and she just left it as like an ornament. But it wasn't. It wasn't like an ornamental one that had been. It was an unexploded grenade. Oh, it was a proper grenade. It was armed. Yeah, it hadn't been disabled, basically. And she was speaking to a friend who was in like MI5 or MI6. I can't remember which one it was.
Right.
And she was speaking to him. He's like, "Yeah, get that checked out." And then the bomb disposal squad had to come and blow it up in Moat Park.
Amazing.
I just had it sat in a conservatory for
all
years.
these years.
Crazy.
Wow.
It's amazing,
quite cool.
though.
I like that.
Yeah. I thought we'd spoken about it. I should have
No, I didn't. No.
But no.
But yeah, no, interesting stuff. But yeah, so local or no, what was I saying? No, stupid robber stories.
Yeah.
I want to do those because there are
Funny.
some. I remember I used to have a book that was like true crime, and there was a whole section in it for like bungled robberies. I'm pretty sure there was one where there was a robber that went into someone's house, stole a load of stuff, and took a shit. And they managed to identify him from taking arse prints.
That's insane. That is awesome.
I'm pretty sure that's true. I'll have to try and find the book to corroborate it.
We'll just chuck that onto Tom and Ant, see what they say about it.
Yeah.
Oh, they released a new episode last week.
They did, yeah.
That we
Guys
should have
over
spoken
at
about on last episode, but we didn't.
They did. It was about spontaneous human combustion and the myth that if you drop a penny off the Empire State Building, you can kill someone with it.
Yeah.
So go and find them over at abhpod.com.
Yeah.
They share a site with us.
Yeah.
Also, the Tom and Joe show.
They dropped a new one.
Yeah. That was about neighbours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
I've listened to both of them. They're both good episodes. You should check them out.
Yeah, they're good guys. All those guys that do those podcasts.
And girl.
Woman. Girl.
Does she prefer girl?
No, girl. Definitely girl.
Oh, their Twitter name.
Yeah.
Joe Girly Joe.
Yeah.
Giveaway. Yeah. So yeah, go and check those out. Definitely. Did you see Disney?
Yes. Now this is the we finally got round to geek stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Star Wars 7.
Star Wars
What's it
Episode
called?
7.
The Kardashians take Tatooine.
It's not. It's called The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Star Wars episode. It's not Star Wars Episode 7.
No,
it's called Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Or is it Star The Force Awakens Wars? Because it's in the middle of the Star and the Wars, isn't it?
Didn't they all use? Weren't they all? Weren't they all?
I don't know.
They were across the front. I don't think it was a separated Star Wars with the name.
I don't think it was either. Anyway.
Yeah, Star Wars The Force Awakens.
It's not exactly the most terrifying or exciting title in the world, is it?
And
The Force Awakens from a bit of a sleep.
Yeah, and I saw someone say on Twitter something about, so like the last 6 episodes it was kind of lying dormant and there was a few pockets and now it's fine. It just seems stupid. But
I think it's going to tie in basically with, like, at the end of Jedi, the Sith are no more.
Which is fucking ridiculous.
But the Force would still have been there because Luke has the Force. And the Force is the thing that binds the universe together, isn't it?
Yeah, but the whole point of Star Wars, correct me if I'm wrong, people will, wasn't the idea that Anakin was going to bring balance to the Force. So you've got to have good and evil.
Yeah.
But now in Jedi, obviously you've eradicated evil, so now there is only good. So it's out of balance. There is no balance in the Force.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. No, obviously this story continues. Obviously the Force awakens and then the story continues.
Yes.
So there will be evil again.
But surely it should be called the Sith Awakens. That's because the Force is still there.
Yeah, the Force is always there. It's in Luke.
I don't get it.
Leia.
Yeah,
it's got a bit, hasn't she?
And all their midichlorians or whatever.
Midichlorians. No, that's not in that universe.
Good.
That's in the first 3.
Because I've not read any of the expanded universe. Ant, who was on our show a little while ago, and Anthony Carroll, he said
not
that,
Ship Time Transit.
No,
the other end. Anton and E Gaming.
Anton and E Gaming. And he has read a lot of the expanded XU, isn't it? Expanded universe.
Yeah.
And he says that actually does make sense.
What, the title makes sense?
Yeah. When you kind of look at it through certain bits of the expanded universe. I don't know what he meant by that because he didn't really explain it to me.
No, and I suppose when you say the expanded universe carries on people, it's based on the books. It's kind of like they're doing with Marvel, where they're planning for future things. So they are planning for the future. So
yeah, but most of it was unofficial, though, wasn't it? Most of the expanded universe stuff was unofficial.
Yeah, I think what they've basically said they're doing is they're getting rid of some of it and keeping some of it, but the stuff they keep is now canon.
That's right. Yeah.
The stuff elsewhere is just sort of like fan fiction.
Yeah,
it's not because it's official.
Yeah.
But yeah, Twitter. There was a challenge sent out by Gizmodo, help come up with a better Star Wars title than The Force Awakens, and Tom already alluded, The Kardashians Take Tatooine was one of them.
That would be a terrifying story.
Yeah, there's a couple that aren't great, which is The Force Awakens also describes my junk on Saturday morning after drinking a lot of water on a Friday night. Yeah. It's not great. Force Awakens this is actually synopsis rather than titles, isn't it?
Yes.
The Force Awakens tells the journey of a burrito Chewbacca ate back in episode 4. Lovely.
Yum.
The Force Awakens, the Force hits snooze, the Force rests for 10 more minutes, which I fucking love that one. This is one of our lists.
My daily routine.
The Force Awakens with a hangover, realises it got drunk last night and made bad prequels, then calls friends to apologise for behaviour. Brilliant. Yeah, so that's a Huffington Post. There's a lot. There should be a hashtag, shouldn't there, for people to check?
There should be, shouldn't there?
Yeah, that's a Warcraft joke. I don't get that.
Nope.
The Force Awakens is a one-act play set on the Millennium Falcon, working through Han Solo's kid's struggle with his feelings for Chewbacca.
Okay.
So is that like somebody's homosexual bestiality
I guess
of feelings?
So, yeah.
Is the Force in that
interesting
sense? That's accurate. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, from the nightmare that was the prequels. Hashtag Episode 7, hashtag Star Wars. Yeah, there's a lot. The first scene from Star Wars The Force Awakens has been revealed, and it's fucking Darth Vader laying in bed. Oh, genius. Yeah, I don't like the name.
No, but then I didn't really. I thought that all the prequel ones sounded a bit shit as well, like Attack of the Clones. Yeah, yeah. It was. What was the other one?
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, they were all very B movie.
Yeah, well, you got New Hope was alright. Empire Strikes Back is great. Return of the Jedi is. I like those.
Then the Phantom Menace was the first one, right?
Yeah, what was the Phantom Menace?
I don't know.
Like, apart from a bad film, what was the Phantom Menace within the film?
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, Darth Maul wasn't a Phantom Menace.
No, he wasn't.
He was never referred to as the Phantom Menace.
No. Would it have been the illusion of the Sith kind of being there and in power all the time? Were they the Phantom Menace?
Sith as a menace?
Not really.
Ooh, what a menace!
Ooh, a menace. Like Dennis the Menace. Oh, he's got a slingshot.
Different Dennis the Menace.
Oh yeah,
UK.
sorry, I'm using the
with the UK Dennis the Menace with the red and black jumper.
Yeah.
He was just called Dennis over here, the little blonde dungaree
That's true.
dude.
Yeah. But Dennis the Menace had a slingshot as well, didn't he?
I think they both did.
Yeah.
So the joke actually travels.
Works. Nasher the dog.
Nasher, yeah.
He was more of a menace than the Sith. I think the Sith are more of a catastrophe.
Yeah.
Or a
impending threat, like a really imposing threat, quite scary.
Yeah, menace.
Anything double-ended
really
is scary. Yeah, and then you had, what did you say? The Attack of the Clones, which was fine.
Yeah,
it describes what happens.
It describes what happens. Yeah, it was very paint by numbers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This one's going to be called Attack of the Clones because there are clones and they are going to attack.
Yeah. Brilliant. Great.
Well done, George.
Yeah. Revenge of the Sith.
Here's another $50 billion.
Revenge of the Sith. Now, is it a revenge where they, like before, were they sort of squished and squashed and put down? And
not really, because it was them coming to power.
Yeah.
It's always the Emperor and whoever's around.
Yeah, there's always the Master and
Darth
the
Maul or
Padawan.
In this case, the kind of corrupting of Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, so it's...
General Grievous was as well, wasn't he? He was kind of Sith, although he was a robot with
He didn't
a
have the
heart.
Force, though, did he?
No.
He just used lightsabers.
Yeah. 4. Looked pretty badass.
He was cool.
Yeah.
I liked Grievous.
Yeah.
But, so The Force Awakens, although, yes, it's a shit title, I think we've just discovered that most Star Wars titles are pretty pants
shit,
and they're pretty, like say, paint by numbers to the point.
Yeah.
So something is going to happen. The Force will awaken. Yeah, there's going to be more Force.
Is it going to be angry? I don't like the mornings.
No.
The Force might not like the mornings.
No.
It might be an angry Force until about 1 o'clock in the
Everything's pretty
afternoon.
grumpy when it wakes up, so I think the Force is probably going to be dark and grumpy.
Yeah.
When it wakes up. Oh, shit.
Ah, yes.
Also, geek related. Doctor Who finished last night. I didn't watch it yet. I watched like the first 5 minutes. And
Seems like everyone's fallen out of love with Doctor Who.
It's not great. It's really not great. It's better.
We're going to see a
end.
14th Doctor at some point very soon. I don't think Capaldi's going to...
I don't think it's Capaldi's fault at all.
No.
At all. I don't think it is. I think it's just they struggled to write for him, I think.
Yeah.
It gets better at the end. So... let's talk about something I haven't seen.
Yeah. And I won't mention Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because you haven't seen the 3rd episode of that
saw
yet
number
either.
2, which was good. Like you say, it was good.
Yeah.
But number 3 I haven't seen. Was that good? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
All right, cool.
But I won't talk about it because it'll spoil it for you.
I don't know.
And Gotham is still boring.
Is it? I haven't even bothered.
I watched the 3rd episode and it's fine. It's just fine though.
Yeah.
And
but S.H.I.E.L.D. was fine when it started.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll get better because they're on episode 6 or 7 in America, aren't they? And they're reckoning that it's starting to get good. But is that because you've just been watching it and you want it?
You want it to be good.
Yeah, because I felt like that was what I felt with series 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was good because I really wanted it to be good.
But then it got good. And you went, it wasn't good. It is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I haven't watched any of The Flash. Like I watched the pilot back in the summer when it was leaked. And it was really good. But for some reason I haven't started watching it.
No.
I just haven't. I just haven't.
Just haven't.
Been watching The Walking Dead, which is good.
Yeah.
I'm not fussed about that anymore.
No.
I really am not.
No, I wanted to watch it and then I didn't, and now it's season whatever it is, I can't be bothered.
No.
Like, again, it's just one of those things where I would need to take too much time.
The first 2 series are well worth watching. 3, 4.
Not so much.
No.
Slow is what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is 3 slow? Yeah. Yeah, number 1 and 2 definitely good, but then you can just leave it there. I think I wouldn't bother with the rest of it.
Yeah. I've got a real frog in my throat at the moment. I do apologise.
Orange is the New Black, definitely watch that. We've been watching
Yeah.
that. We stopped because Walking Dead started again. We need to get it finished because like Game of Thrones is going to start soon, and that is really good.
Yeah.
You should watch that.
Maybe
if you're
that's the
going to
thing.
watch anything that's you're backed up on, watch Game of Thrones.
Watch that. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe I will. Well, we went to watch a film last night, Joe
did
and
you?
I. We went to watch Mr. Turner, which is the
don't think I know.
biopic of William Turner, the artist,
Oh,
played by
okay.
Timothy Spall.
All right.
And it's directed by Mike Leigh, who is
Right.
like a bit of a legend.
Like Spike Lee, but with an M.
Yeah, basically.
cool.
Yeah, exactly the same as Spike Lee, except old and white,
Yeah.
and makes quite dry English films.
Yeah.
And this was 2.5 hours, and it was about an hour too long.
Really?
Yeah, it was just
shit.
slow.
Not good.
This is the thing.
Oh.
Really well researched, really well put together, excellently photographed and edited and acted. But it was just dull, and there wasn't really much of an actual story.
Right.
Like, there wasn't a beginning, middle, and end. It was just, this is happening and this is going on. And it was set over an indeterminable period of time, because Timothy Spall ages throughout it, but he looks like he's in his 50s at the very beginning, when I think he's probably supposed to be in his 30s.
Oh, okay.
And
Was it purposefully shot over a course of time to get natural aging? Or do you just think
No.
it took that long to make?
I think it just took ages to make. But yeah, it was weird. It was good, but
It's one
I
of those.
would never watch it again.
So there was no actual narrative, so to
Not
speak.
really.
There was no point.
There wasn't. There was a narrative, but it wasn't like a beginning, middle, and end narrative. It was just almost not stream of conscious, but it just kind of it documented rather than told a story.
But usually within documentaries, you find. I know this isn't quite a documentary.
No, it's a
but usually
biopic.
within documentaries, they film a lot of stuff they have no idea, and then they're watching it, and then they find a narrative, and
Yeah.
they build a narrative out of it, and it makes it interesting.
Well,
Whereas
this is more of a
purposefully
biopic,
written.
whereas to tell a story, surely.
Biopics can have narrative.
Yeah, because you've got like the Johnny Cash one, for example.
Yeah.
Walk the Line has a narrative.
Is his struggle with alcoholism and drugs and coming out of that.
how he kind of got with
June Carter, the relationship. Yeah, there is. That's a biopic, but there's a narrative. To it. Fucking amazing film.
Really good film, and again 2.5 hours ish.
But it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, this one really dragged towards the end as well. You were like very aware of time passing, and Timothy Spall as well. Most of his lines were just.
Which is a shame because he's really good.
The thing is, it kind of like the language used in it was very much of the late 1700s, early 1800s, and you realise that English was such a great language back then. They had brilliant phrases for things, and it was so much more poetic than it is now. And some of the put downs were brilliant. I mean, I can't, obviously now I've put myself on the spot. I can't remember very much of it, but he was also quite because he was moving in quite rarefied circles. He was moving with the aristocracy and stuff. He was a Londoner, and he was a Cockney. Yeah, and he had this way of talking that people sometimes couldn't understand. And he seemed like quite a cantankerous old crone, basically. And so whenever anyone asked him a question, he basically replied with to anything, like it was a non-committal grunt.
Yeah, you're lower than me. I just can't be bothered to talk to you.
Yeah, it was good but dull.
I was just about to say interesting, but no, you said dull. Not really.
It wasn't even really about his art, and that was what Joe wanted to see.
It was just about him.
Yeah, but not really. It was just strange.
A bit weird.
Yeah. It should win some Oscar for editing or
well, it was well made, well put together.
Yeah, really well
apart
made.
Apart from the narrative side of things,
it's just
It's one of those. It's not an Oscar bait film, but it's just feels very Oscar.
It's a Mike Leigh film. It'll be put forward as an Oscar winner. Go and see Interstellar this week, though. Very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot about that. I've seen the trailers and I've heard like a lot about it. It's like Gone Girl. seems quite interesting.
Yeah, I wanted to see that too. I might get, because I'm off this week.
Oh, really? Awesome.
So I might go and see that as well. If anyone does have anything for Ship Tie and Transit, I am off this week. We can do a Ship Tie and Transit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean, Tom from Ship Tie and Transit is off this week as well.
Yeah,
it's a coincidence.
You're both off at the same time?
Yeah, maybe we'll do one together.
Oh, God. No, don't do that.
But yeah, so I should have some more to report as of next week. But yeah, I've got 1 or 2 things hidden away for Ship Tie and Transit. So if anyone does have any kind of local legends near to them that, you know, ghost stories even.
Yeah, I think they don't necessarily be debunked anymore.
No, we do. We like to do one debunked and one not, one kind of mysterious, don't we? So
something for people to go and look at themselves.
If you've got something that has been debunked and you can talk about it, give me a shout at abhpod@gmail.com.
Yes.
We'll try and get something sorted or on Twitter or whatever. Get in touch with me whatever way you can.
Yeah.
And we'll try and sort something out.
Don't forget to go over to abhpod.com and click on buy yourself a t-shirt.
Yes.
Please.
Only two more. Only 2 more.
I just want my t-shirt.
Yes,
I'm just quite excited about my t-shirt.
And so do 7 other people.
Yeah.
6, 7.
6.
Yeah.
So please do that, and also rate and review us and like us, as we said before, wherever you can.
Indeed.
Just try and help us out anywhere you can. And Christmas shopping, Amazon, it's nearly here. It's nearly here. It's less than a month. Is it? No, it's just over a month.
Just over a month. I haven't. I've got 1 present, 2 presents.
Do you know what Christmas means to me now? Time off work.
Oh right, okay. No. I was trying to think of the lyrics to the song. What does Christmas mean to me, Matt?
I don't know. What is it?
I don't know. It's a Jackson song, I think.
Oh, is it?
Oh. It doesn't matter.
It's not important. Someone will let us know. Yeah.
Oh, God, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Don't leave your phone anywhere if you're robbing a bank or a jewellery store.
Don't roll cigarettes under a security camera.
Don't jump traffic lights.
Yeah.
And don't sell your granddad's medals.
No, don't do that.
Of all the things that we've talked about today, that's the most heinous.
And do spare a thought and a well wish for any veterans, any current military people.
Yeah, from any conflict. That's the point of Remembrance Sunday.
Is to remember anyone that has served your country in war.
So that you have got the freedom to listen to 2 blokes chat on about shit for an hour and a bit every week. And we've got the privilege of doing it.
Yes, we have.
So thank you for listening. This has been Anywhere But Here, episode number 94. I've been Tom.
And I've been Ant.
So until next time.
Bye.
Bye. And there is a car park right next to it, but it's private.
Yeah.
And the phone's going in the background. The dog's gone mad. Sorry about this, guys.
Should we put a marker in this and wait for it to stop?
Shall we? This is an outtake.
Yeah, definitely. How long does it take for the dog to calm? Is that it?
No, that would probably be it.
We're good now.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So there's a car park.